Now, it has been fairly bucketing down in Sydney and across New South Wales, the South Coast and the Illawarra over the past 24 hours. By 9 o'clock this morning, Sydney reached its average total of rainfall for the whole year, a whole 9 months ahead of schedule. That's an average of more than half an inch a day for the first 97 days of the year in the old money. It's created chaos across the Sydney Basin today. There's been heavy flooding and road closures on the northern beaches, and south of Sydney in Sutherland Shire, houses have been evacuated along the Georges River, while there's a flood watch yet again on the Nepean and Hawkesbury rivers. And up to 300 millimetres of rain is forecast for the coming days. Let's get the latest details on warnings and rescues with the New South Wales State Emergency Services Assistant Commissioner, Dean Storey. Dean, thanks for joining us. What's your latest assessment of the situation around the Sydney Basin and around the rest of the New South Wales?
Yeah, it's been a very busy 24 hours, and that heavy rainfall is continuing to affect the Illawarra, Greater Sydney, and more so now into the Central Coast and Hunter areas as well. So SES volunteers have been very busy over the last day, responded to almost 1,200 requests for assistance from the community and undertaken 32 flood rescues. So we're not out of the woods yet. There's still a lot of rain falling, and it's still a lot of water on the ground. Flash flooding continues to be a key risk today into tonight, and very dangerous driving conditions. A lot of roads are flooded and cut off. So as people finish work for the day and are thinking of hitting the roads, please plan your route accordingly. Never drive through floodwaters. If you're already at home and you don't need to go out again, stay at home. And that key message is really stay off the roads, stay out of floodwaters, and just keep an eye on those local weather forecasts and local warnings.
So many rescues you've already had to conduct, and this has been after a hell of a busy couple of months for all of our emergency services. You must be fearing, though, that the worst is yet to come when it comes to this particular rain event?
Yeah, it's been a very challenging couple of months weather-wise. We're seeing major weather event after major weather event in very quick succession. The Bureau forecasts still above average rainfall for the remainder of this month, so it's still probably a busy few weeks at least ahead for us. Just really urging the community to stay aware of your local forecast and your local risks and make those smart safety decisions for yourselves and your family. And one of the smartest decisions you can make is to never drive through floodwaters. Too often our volunteers and emergency service personnel are responding to people who've made poor decisions and tried to drive through floodwaters and put themselves and their families and the emergency service responders' lives at huge risk. So make those smart safety decisions, stay aware of local warnings and conditions. There are a number of evacuation warnings and evacuation orders in place as we speak. Evacuation orders in place for low-lying parts of Oranora, Bonnet Bay, Camden and parts of Chipping Norton. The most up-to-date information on those orders and warnings can be found at the SES website. Or follow us on social media, ABC Radio and all other news outlets as well.
Indeed, Sky News as well. Dean, thanks so much for the update and thanks to the work you're doing and all of your thousands of volunteers.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Assistant Commissioner Dean Storey there. Still a lot of rain to come on the New South Wales coast. Just heed those warnings. Don't try and get through floodwaters. So many people try and so many people fail and get into all sorts of strife.